The Nex-Gen Ford Everest, a vehicle which in my opinion is the most elegant 7-seater SUV currently in the market. Ford has really nailed this one. They deserve a massive round of applause. Well, if you think about it, the XLT and Wildtrak were recently launched into the SA market, and those vehicles are toned down versions of the Platinum and Sport. The Wildtrak being for someone who would like a Platinum but with less features and a panoramic sunroof, and XLT for someone who would like to have a Sport but with a larger profile alloy wheel and a less blacked out grille. In this video, we are going to look at the review of the Sport and the Platinum, looking specifically at their differences. The Wildtrak and XLT variants will be reviewed in a separate video together. And as usual, we will also have a test drive of the Everest in order to give you a feel of what it feels like to actually drive an Everest. Underneath the hood, the Everest Platinum is powered by a 3-liter V6 turbo diesel engine, putting out 184 kilowatts of power and 600 Newton meters of torque. This is the same engine that you will find in the Wildtrak variant. The Everest Sport, on the other hand, is powered by a 2-liter bi-turbo diesel engine that produces 154 kilowatts of power and 500 Newton meters of torque. And this is the same engine that you will find in the XLT. Both engines have the same towing capacity of 3.5 tons braked and 750 kilograms unbraked. So if you're going to be using these vehicles for towing purposes, it makes no difference which one you go for. If there is anything to go by, the claimed fuel average for the 3-liter V6 is at 8.5 liters per 100 kilometers, and the claimed fuel average for the 2-liter bi-turbo engine is at 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers. However, given the size of these vehicles, in real life, I think you're more likely to see between 9 to 11 liters per 100 kilometers. When it comes to the front profile, the Everest Platinum has a more luxurious front profile than the Everest Sport. It has a chrome grille, LED headlights and fog lights. The Everest Sport, on the other hand, features a more rugged front profile. The Sport has a blacked out grille, and just like the Platinum, it has LED headlights and fog lights. To further distinguish between the Sport and the Platinum, you have blacked out Everest written on the Sport and Platinum written on the front bonnet of the Platinum. The Platinum has a silver painted lower bumper skid plate, and the Sport has a blacked out skid plate. In my opinion, the Platinum has this bling bling theme going on there. I personally do not think that it will be to everyone's taste. I must say that I personally like the blacked out grille of the Sport. It just does it for me. I also like the honeycomb effect within the grille. Let us know in the comment section below which one you prefer, chrome or blacked out. Overall, whether black or chrome, this vehicle has been elegantly designed. When it comes to the side profile, the Everest Platinum and Everest Sport have similar side profiles. However, off the bat you will notice V6 badging on the Platinum and bi-turbo badging on the Everest Sport. The Sport features 18-inch alloy wheels, while the Platinum features 21-inch alloy wheels. Although bigger is better, in this regard, I like the blacked out rims in the Sport, especially when it is well washed with some tire polish on those wheels. If only the Sport had a sunroof, all attention would be on this beast as it drives in the Kasi streets. But sunroof, dololo. The Sport has black side steps, blacked out mirrors and roof rails, whereas the Everest Platinum has a body colored side mirror, chrome plated side steps and chrome roof rails. The Platinum also features chrome window trims, whilst the Sport features blacked out window trims. As standard, the Platinum comes with 360-degree view camera, a feature that will come in handy in the parking lot. I wanted to say for mummies, but actually men crash more often than women. So yeah, it will come in handy for all. The Sport, on the other hand, does not come with 360-degree view cameras, you only get the rear view camera. And if you're still confused as to which one is the Sport and which one is Platinum, if you look on the side, the Platinum features Platinum badging in chrome, whereas the Sport will have blacked out Sport badging. At the rear, both the Everest Platinum and Everest Sport have similar rear profiles. They both have LED tail lights with what looks like a light bar effect, a rear bumper with a black skid plate or diffuser, and a tow bar. The only thing that distinguishes the Platinum and the Everest is the Platinum and Sport badging at the rear. Other than that, they are twins. The difference comes in when you open the tailgates. Both feature electric tailgates, which is expected at this price range. While we're on the subject of pricing, the Everest Sport in 4x4 disguise will set you back $984,800, with the 4x2 at $918,500, and the Platinum on the other hand will set you back $1,146,500. Those numbers I just mentioned there could be the difference between qualifying and not qualifying to purchase one of these vehicles on vehicle finance. If you're like me and can't really afford the Platinum's cost and you really want your panoramic sunroof, the Wildtrak costs $1,084,000. That's a difference of $62,500 between the Wildtrak and the Platinum. With $62,500, you could use it for a trip to the coast or something, and of course with your sunroof open while playing amapiano. Piano sound system can wait. As long as we have music, we are good. And of course, if you totally don't have that much money to afford a Platinum or Wildtrak, you can get entry into the Everest range through the XLT variants, which start at the price of $832,000 for the 4x2 and $896,300 for the 4x4. Boot capacity is the same across all the variants at 259 liters with all the seats up and 898 liters with the third row of seats folded. With all the seats folded, you have 1,828 liters of boot capacity. To put that into perspective, that's more than 1 ton of space. I guess moving in here might be possible if you make a mistake of buying what you can't afford. Now, because you paid $1 million for the top of the range, you fold the seats with the press of a button in the Platinum. And with the Sport on the other hand, you will have to engage in some manual labor. Only the Platinum gets electric operated folding seats. But once the seats are folded, there is no difference. You also have some tire repair kit underneath. Before getting into the interior of the Everest, let's take the Everest for a drive. Off the bat, the Everest proved to be comfortable and stable on the road. The ride is a bit on the firm side, which is good as it allows for that stability feel you need on a tall SUV like this. The engine is quiet and refined, and the 10-speed automatic transmission shifts smoothly. The drive was rather quite relaxing and noise insulation was good. The 2-liter bi-turbo provides plenty of power for overtaking. You do feel the 500 Nm of torque, definitely. To be honest, I was really impressed. I chose to drive the Sport because this is the sweet spot in my opinion. It gives good fuel economy, looks good, and has plenty of torque for everyday usability. The lack of adaptive cruise control is the only downside to this vehicle. However, the Everest Sport comes with some safety features that you would find on the Everest Platinum, such as blind spot monitoring and a host of driver assistance systems such as lane keep assist, road edge detection and driver warning, pre-collision assist, forward collision warning, and automated emergency braking. Although the vehicle uses a leather on-frame suspension, it is well tuned and is exceptionally well composed when driving over rough grounds and doesn't let bumps unsettle it. Both the Sport 4x4 and Platinum are 4-wheel drive. You have 2 high, 4 high and 4 low range options presented with presets for various terrains and conditions on a rotary dial, which includes normal, eco, tow or haul, slippery, mud and ruts, and sand modes. The vehicle features a wading depth of 800 mm and a ground clearance of 226 meters. You will need to step up to the Platinum to get features like active park assist, a panoramic sunroof, and heated second row seats. The interior of the Everest is premium, regardless of whether you go for the Sport or the Platinum. Both vehicles feature leather wrap seats which are electrically adjustable, and those of the Sport are written Sport, and the Platinum has a Platinum badge on it, as is the case on the partial leather wrapped dashboard. The Platinum features ventilated seats. Even the rear second row of seats are ventilated. You have an 8-inch digital instrument cluster which is smaller than the full digital instrument cluster in the Platinum. Both vehicles feature the 12-inch Sync 4 touchscreen infotainment system which features wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Satellite navigation comes as standard. You have a leather-wrapped steering wheel with physical buttons to control aspects such as the volume and cruise control amongst other functions. You have dual climate control, heated power folding side mirrors with puddle lamps and rain sensing wipers as standard. The list of features goes on as you also have keyless entry and start and Ford Pass Connect with remote start using your smartphone in connection with the app. You have ample amounts of space in the second row of seats. Leg and headroom are totally not a problem. Both vehicles have a plug and 2 USB ports at the rear in addition to the 2 USB ports at the front. Although the Sport sacrificed the panoramic sunroof, it has air vents in the ceiling. The third row of seats is reasonable for kids, as I shall demonstrate with a clip from the Everest Platinum parking lot drive video I recently shot. I will include the link in the description below. The third row has a 12-volt socket and cup holders for convenience. If you're an adult and decide to take a risk and occupy the rear third row of seats, it will be a little undignified for you to come out. With a recommended retail price of $984,800 for the Everest Sport and $1,146,000 for the Platinum, cost of ownership will set you back $23,453 for the Sport and $26,614 for the Platinum, with an installment of $19,253 for the Sport and $22,414 for the Platinum. Fuel cost for both of them being $1,700 given the 76-liter tank, assuming that you'll fill up the vehicle at least once a month, and insurance of $2,500 for both of them. The insurance cost of $2,500 is merely an estimation. Insurance will differ on the basis of individual circumstances. So then, which Everest would I be willing to take home? The Platinum or the Sport? Look, the Everest Platinum is a more luxurious and feature-packed vehicle than the Everest Sport. However, the Everest Sport is more affordable. At the end of the day, the best choice for you will depend on your needs and budget. Well, in this case, I would go for the Everest Sport. The Everest Sport just does it for me. However, the lack of a panoramic sunroof would mean that I would be willing to spend a little bit extra and go for the Wildtrak. But for the purpose of this video, the Sport will do the job just fine. Not only is it fuel economic, but it comes with most features that the Platinum has. In this case, I would be like a Fortuner driver and make do without the sunroof. Rivals for the Everest include the Fortuner as well as the Isuzu MU-X. Thank you very much for watching and for getting to the end of the video. Please be kind to like and to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Let's also engage in the comment section below. Which Everest would you go for? Everest Sport, Platinum, Wildtrak or XLT, and why? A huge shout out to Fury Ford in Woodmead. If you're ever in the market for a Ford, be sure to check them out. If you need any help getting to them, well, my email address is attached on the channel page.